Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, second week, lesson 11. Today, in this lesson, we shall be comprehending and shall be parallel with the creations, manifestation, and dissolution as is preserved as Geeta 8.17 and 9.7. This is a phenomenon at origin seat of Surya, Sun. Origin seat is 7 space, while Surya is 6 space body. Let us revisit Surya as 6 space body. Its origin as 7 space, from within which flows transcendental content, and this is happening as such as that when we are starting with transcendental content, the same at first step shall be manifesting as the transcendental boundary of 6 space, and step ahead as transcendental boundary, it shall be taking off as 5-dimensional order, and there will be a creation of 7 space domain. This 7 space domain will have a reach at origin of 6 space, and then from origin of 6 space will be a flow of transcendental content. As such, we can see that this 5 space in its translation would mean a force space in a dynamic state, and this dynamic state is going to be through this cycle. Now, let us see how this phenomenon has been expressed as Geeta 9.7. It is preserved that Kalp at its beginning Adi and Kalp at its Khe Ant dissolution. There happens creation as of manifested form, that is within creator's space, and at the end of the Kalp it is going to be a dissolution of such manifestation, and Geeta 8.17 is the enlightenment that this is going to be a manifestation creation during a day, and dissolution is going to be during a night, ahoratra, and it is going to be of 1000 yuga. See this preservation of the feature in 8.17 as that the manifestation is of 1000 yugas duration, and dissolution as well is going to be of 1000 yugas duration. See, 1000 is Shahastra, and it is of TC value 23. Likewise here as well, it is going to be a formulation Shahastra, and it is going to be of TCB 23. Now see, this is equal to Adi Kalp, 10 jama 13, and it is going to be Kalp Khe, and it is of duration 13 jama 10, 23. Let us sit comfortably. Let us permit the transcending mind to be through these formulations, particularly Shahastra, Adikalp and Kalp and the TCV value of the formulation Adikalp as 23 as a formulation of value 1000, and likewise it is going to be our comprehension and our imbibing of the codified formulations methodology of preserving the knowledge. One is to be very sensitive to these aspects, as that while we are through Vedic scriptures like Geeta text, then we have to be very cautious, as that formulation Shastra, and like that all other formulations, as these are letters text, and its reach at numbers text as is going to be 23 here, and then the simple rendering of the formulations like Shastra as 1000, and then the comprehension of the preserved knowledge is a feature which in way amount to decoding this text or interpretation of this text or comprehension of this text or glimpsing of the knowledge as it stands preserved here. Now see, the further preservation is that, as is of 9-7, that at the beginning of Kalp, its TC value is 13. See how it works when we are within a creator's space, then 12-edged cube acquires a degree of freedom of motion, and it manifests as 13-edged cube. So it becomes hypercube of 4, a 4-space body, which is a 3-space body in a dynamic state. And as 5-space is the origin, and this origin that way will split the domain into 2 parts in the 4-space, as 4-space on either side of the center, making value 14. So when 4-space is in a dynamic state, means it will be a 5-space, 4 plus 1. Now let us have a revisit to the formulation Kalp. It is Ka, A, La, Pa, and A. Now Ka as a Brahma means 4-space Lord. So when the 4-space is in dynamic state, we know that 4-space in a dynamic state will take the origin and same as such will be enveloping the next domain, and it will coming in the role of a transcendental boundary. Now let us go a step ahead and see the letter law. Its placement in Devanagari alphabet is as Ya, Ra, La and Va. So it is a Anthastha letter, and being an Anthastha letter, so it is at the boundary at the end. So this will become law. The step ahead, we know there is a letter Pa. It is also TC value 5. However, its placement is as first letter of the fifth row. So it is a transcendental order, 5 space in the role of a dimension. It would mean that 5 space which had reached at the transcendental boundary same will take off, and it will take off as 5 space order, and this 5 space order will create 7 space, and it will have a reach up till the origin of a 6 space. Once it is at the origin of a 6 space, then it will have a flow in its 7 streams form as a Prakash of TC value 13. See this happening as it is. It is again taking us to a flow of a 5 space. So at the beginning of the Kalp, there had been a creation, and at the end it has been a dissolution. It is in fact a phenomenon. It in fact is the mathematics. It in fact is the technology. It is Vedic mathematics, science and technology. And this Vedic mathematics is to be followed very gently. Let us again revisit the formulation Kalp. The same Ka as Brahma as 4 space will making its value 16 parallel with the dimensional frame of 4 space. And as the origin of 4 space is a 5 space, so Ka as a Shiv will be making this value for the Kalp being 17. And 17 as such we know that within creator's space, the solid dimensional order is the solid dimensional order origin has a split as a northern hemisphere of value 17 and as southern hemisphere of value 19. So in this process, when the things get of value 17, then it becomes Rashmi. It is a Surya Rashmi, and we know Surya is value 13, Rashmi is of value 17, together is value 30. It is a hypercube 8, and it in the 8 directional frame is going to be the again cone. It is going to be the northeast. Here is the value 30. Therefore, this phenomenon of kalp within 4 space S of H4 of 2, 3, 4 and 5 of value 14 will help us appreciate that there are going to be as many as 14 kalps, and each kalp creation is of 1000 yuga, and dissolution is also of this duration, and this is to be taken that when the same is divided into 14, it will give us further split phases for the 1, 2 and 3 shape, a form. Let us have a pause here, and this is going to be now a very, very crucial stage that we are within creator's space as dimensional order, making it a 6 space, and the phenomenon is that 7 space is its origin. It is pole star. It is 7 space, which is a raised to power 7 is to 14 b raised to power 6. And we know this Thapatya rod is of hypercube 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It means H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. The 4 folds are of value 2, 6, 10, 14, 18 and 22. If we have sequential summation, it is 2, it is 8, 18, 32, 50 and 72. At the next stage, it is 2, 10, 28, 60, 110 and 182. At the next, it is going to be 2, 12, 40, 88, 198, 280. Step ahead, it is going to be 2, 14, 54, 142 and 340, and it is going to be 620. At the next phase, it is going to be 2, 16, 70, and 70. It is 2, 212, and it is going to be 552. It is going to be 11, 74. Now, like that, when we will be proceeding, we will be understanding at first, second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth stage. The process unfolding is such which is sequentially taking us to ahead and ahead. And it is this process in terms of which we will be having a precise sequential chase of the manifestation as well as of the dissolution. And it is this reach of Vedic mathematics of happening within rays of the sun, which is going to be the attainment of Vedic mathematics, science, and technology. I understand there are very large number of steps. I also understand that this outline as it is leaving many gaps. These gaps are to be filled with precise mathematical steps, but Vedic mathematics is continuously bridging these gaps, and there is a complete, detailed format of a reach from the beginning of a kalp till its dissolution and it being again manifested as Prakriti of the Lord as 18 gaps as H5, and it is going to be at the origin of force space, and dissolution is going to be at the origin of a sun. How this cycle is being maintained as a call 9 Vidhi 18 Vidhan 27. So this call Vidhi Vidhan time methods system is the comprehension, is the visualization, is the detailed chase, it is the comprehension, vision of the sadhakas of Vedic mathematics, science, and technology. While being through this course, one shall be initiating for perfection of one's intelligence to be of the parallel of the expectations of Kal Vidhi Vidhan. Thank you very much.